Hello everyone, today we will be talking about unit conversions. The learning outcomes of today's video is to evaluate word problems using unit conversions. I have a table here of different conversions between the English system and SI units. So length, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. And as you work with these units and you work with these conversions a lot, if you go on to do this in your career, these will become more intuitive and might be something that you memorize eventually, but that won't be expected of you in this course. Our mass between 1 kilogram and pounds, you multiply by 2.2. So 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. Volume, 1 liter equals about 34 fluid ounces in our English system. So good things to know, not necessarily something you will be required to memorize. So let's move on to an example where we will be using the railroad method, as I like to call it. The question is, a standard elevator in a mid-rise building can hold a maximum weight of 1.5 tons. Assuming the average adult weighs 70 kilograms, what is the maximum number of adults that can safely ride in the elevator? So we start with 1.5 tons, which is a English unit. We have metric tons and we have English tons. So an English ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. An English ton is 2,000 pounds, where a metric ton is 1,000 kilograms. And if we were referring to a metric ton in this question, it would say metric ton. So I know that this is 1.5 tons, which is equivalent to 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. And then we have the average adult weight in kilograms. And so in this course, I would like you to convert everything into SI units before you start working with it and start doing your unit conversions. And that can all happen simultaneously with the railroad method. What do I mean by that? So down here, it's basically representing a numerator and denominator of a fraction, and then these bars sort of are multiplication signs. So I'll show you what I mean. We have 1.5 tons is our first value. So there's nothing in the denominator. You can think of that as a 1. And as I've described to you, 1 ton, every time you do a unit conversion, you want your unit that's in the numerator to be in the denominator of the subsequent fraction. So we have 1.5 tons in the top here. It's a unit of tons. And so in the denominator of the next railroad tie, I want to put 1 ton. And as I said, that's equal to 2,000 pounds. And so just like that, by making sure my t is in the numerator of one and the denominator of the other, those cross out and cancel each other, and we get 3,000 pounds. So this maximum weight of 1.5 tons is equivalent to 3,000 pounds. But we don't need to stop there. We can actually keep going. On our last slide, it said that 2.2 pounds is equivalent to kilograms. So now I want to turn this pound limit into an SI unit so I can compare it to the average weight of an adult in kilograms. So 2.2 pounds equals 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. And you can see my pounds was in the numerator and now it's in the denominator. Those cancel out. Now we have an answer in kilograms. If we multiply 1.5 by 2,000 divided by 2.2, you would get an answer that is in kilos. And so as here it says that one adult, one person, one adult it weighs 70 pounds, 70 kilograms, sorry. And so just like that, we can cross out the kilograms and we have an answer in terms of adults. And so if I do 1.5 times 2000 times 1 times 1, and then divide that by 2.2 divided by 70, I get an answer of 19.4 adults. And since you can't have a partial adult, the answer is 19 adults can safely ride in this elevator without it crashing. And so this is a concept we will continue and build on in further sections when we work on the mass balance. But I find that this railroad tie method is really, really helpful when you're balancing a lot of different units. It's a great way to keep track of which unit you're actually working in at that point in the problem. And it just ties up any loose ends that might produce out of a problem like this. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next week.